seclorum, e pluribus unum. They changing climates and replacing humans and fracking soils while bulldozing forests. But they can't defeat us, they could not destroy us.
Are we dreaming the same dream of money, guns, and gasoline?
For the average team, CFOs are after cream. GMOs extracting genes with everyone on my GPS.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The winding road to the Super Bowl continues here in the divisional round, where two teams look to take another step towards the Super Bowl. It's the Rams going up against the Seahawks. So with kickoff straight ahead, we'll check in with our broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. The one running back is Gurley. He'll get the football here. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The offense on your screen now, and Todd Gurley on your screen. That is the back of the present and the future.
And what an amazing return for him from a knee injury his last year in college at the University of Georgia. Now it's like it never happened. There's nothing he can't do on the football field. And if you're a defense, that's a long day trying to prepare for Todd Gurley.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And partner, a nice little connection there on the corner route.
The receiver set it up perfectly, worked his way inside, and then broke it back to the outside for the completion.
Fresh set of downs here. Play fake here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The defense here for the Rams.
Aaron Donald's dimensions were talked about big time when he first entered the league. Many called him undersized. Now they just call him all-pro.
Out of the gun third down. Looking deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it. And it brings up fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come out in the pistol. Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will finally bring this one back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now.
All right, here we go. Green, get in there, Barney. Here we go.
They come up in an offset eye.
3-19.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And his kick here is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. The 30, 10, touchdown LA. Todd Gurley, 75 yards. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, That's a tough one to swallow.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Green, 39. Leopard. Here we go now. Blue, landing.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man on the out route. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a
Here we go.
catch.
319.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. That was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Forced out to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Detroit. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Check 93, something like that. Leopard. Gun. Hey, alert 3.
They go play action. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he will find his man on the outside. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Set. Blue, line. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Uses the stiff arm. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run.
Detroit. Here we go now. Blue, landing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. It's their quarterback taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled. And wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, what a good football coach is looking for. Complete football players. And guess what? We've got one here because most cornerbacks, they just want to cover people. This guy shows the ability to go ahead and make tackles.
Now back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 23 yards on the play.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
They come out here in the eye. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Gun. They'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And out now come the Seahawks. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, That means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And they'll run it here. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Let's go!
He'll look to throw. Incomplete.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9.
Everyone's got 4 down. Now let's go. Check 93.
They're going to look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he loses the football a second time.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively.
Let's go.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job 1 for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And the back goes into motion. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was... And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Cut.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. 5 wides in the game. 4 of them to the right side. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Yeah, the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And look at this. It's a fake. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call it a gain of 5. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher.
And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They run the counter now on 1st down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Shift together here from the D-line. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you across the country to Orlando. Standing by there, Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half. and they've had the ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
On offense, the guy that you want to have the best eyes on the field are your quarterbacks, so you can see everything pre-snap, and then, of course, as the play develops. On defense, oftentimes it's the linebacker. And on this play, his eyes took him right to the ball, and he made a nice tackle.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20.
And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle. But if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed. Plenty of open field to get after that.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Let's go. 3-19.
6 yards still to go here on 2nd and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. The one running back is Gurley. They're going to look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage. A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defense. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now on 3rd and long, they're under pressure, and they got to him again. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. The one running back is Gurley. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3 yards left to grab here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And Zerline's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
But it was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Watch left, tight end to the left, tight end left. Now let's go. Green, go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Back to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and sneak it here. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
We often hear analysts talk about a quarterback's wingspan, almost like a forward in basketball. But here's where it pays to have a long reach. They find a slight opening and are able to stick the ball forward to pick up first downs.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Let's go. Spread 38. Spread 38.
And the gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case...
And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock.
Here we go now. Blue line it. Right there.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And the seemingly endless drive continues. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where...
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And his kick is indeed good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Shreds the tackle. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third.
Here we go.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. The one running back is Gurley. They go play action, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They're in a good spot. 2-possession game, barely, but a 2-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen, because we've seen nutty things happen down the stretch, but they also have the security of the scoreboard. With that type of a lead, even if something goes haywire, they're still in good shape.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.